Hillary Clinton faked Humma Wiener as her date to a week-long Indian wedding of billionaire Clinton Foundation mega donor's daughter. Taking photos with guests and watching Beyonce perform. This is from the Daily Mail out of the UK. Hillary Clinton and Humma Wiener. It actually says Huma Abedin here, but I think you know who we're talking about. Headed overseas this weekend, traveling to India for a wedding hosted by the country's richest family. The former Secretary of State and her aide. Is that what she is now? She's her aide. Wherever she goes, she's got a jar of peanut butter and a spoon, I can tell you that much. And her aide are attending a 5-day celebration that will end with the marriage ceremony of Isha Ambani, the 27-year-old daughter of Mukesh Ambani, who is the richest man in India. You know why he's rich? Oil and coal. He's one of the world's leading polluters of the air. I read a story yesterday that, according to a study from the Lancet, which they do bad science in England, they said that air pollution in India kills 1.24 million people a year. Nearly 1.25 million people killed by the polluted air in India alone, last year alone. And India's biggest polluter is this man. It was, and this is quite remarkable, it was revealed just last week that Mukesh is the 19th richest man in the world with a fortune of $43.4 billion, thanks to his role as head of the Indian oil and gas giant Reliance Industries, which he naturally inherited from his father. It's a $60 billion a year energy company, oil and gas. But, and do you think Humma and Hillary flew commercial? Do you think they flew coach? I'll bet you $1 they flew on a big private jet, possibly even an airliner. I'll bet you it was sent by the richest man in India, who's an oil and gas billionaire, who inherited from his dad. Oh, Boltneck's there too. John Kerry's there too. Is that Kerry dancing? Is that Boltneck dancing? Hillary's dancing? Oh, say it. So, we're going to have to post this horrible video. This is terrifying. Don't show it to the kids. Oh, we're laughing. We're having such a good time. This is like Dr. Evil's wedding. They took over a palace, a palatial complex that is many acres and lots of buildings and swimming pools and things. For the 5 days, there's John Kerry dancing. Oh no! Oh, this is terrible. We're going to have to follow the humanity. We're going to have to post this video. Hillary and John Kerry dancing in India. Is that Joe Biden? There's some. No, he's too tall for Joe Biden. Oh, look, and they're trying to high five and they're too uncoordinated. This is horrifying. We're going to have to post it so you can see it. Listen, the Indian billionaire, he also has close ties to the Clinton Foundation, having donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to the non-profit and worked with the couple on developing clean energy initiatives in his country. Sure, that's how you buy off the Democrats with these funny initiatives. He's worth more than $43 billion. He inherited the company from his dad. He gives the Clintons hundreds of thousands, and he is the number one. He could be, if you're looking for an individual who's the number one polluter in the world, it might be this man. It could be this man. They demonize the Koch brothers, and they go and dance and high-five and party with the biggest polluter in India, where 1.2 million people died last year as a result of air pollution, and they congratulate themselves for this. And they segregate colleges along racial lines, and they congratulate themselves for it. Video of Hillary arriving at the wedding emerged over the weekend with the family flying guests in themselves on private planes. Oh, there it is right there. Once she landed, it was Clinton who was presented with flowers, like landing in Bosnia when she had to duck and cover from the sniper attack. She was presented with flowers by the parents of the bride, with video showing the moment. A giant bouquet of lilies. Sure, because, George O'Keeffe, something like that. Clinton then handed the flowers off to Huma Abedin, who was apparently on the clock for this trip. That could be a typo. I'm not sure. The bride later shared the photo of herself and Clinton while out enjoying the Swadesh Bazaar with her mother. Now, Abedin could be seen lurking in the background of that photo. Lurking in the... Do you have Homa Abedin when she first met Hillary Clinton? Because it was a very touching moment. She even took the time to pose with the mother of the pop star, Tina Knowles. That's right, Beyonce was there, because when you're that rich... And look, Beyonce also... Didn't she do the wedding or a party for Muammar Gaddafi? I'm pretty sure she did. Because when people have this much money, they do stuff like this. I know, I used to work with a woman who married a rich guy, and they had Paul McCartney come in for their wedding. They paid Paul McCartney to come and do the music at their wedding. That's what they had. And these guys get, because they're really rich. They flew in Hillary Clinton, and with that comes Homa Wiener and a poodle in a box or something, and they, on a series of private jets to party with India's biggest oil and gas producer, and this is just fine with CNN. There's no hypocrisy to see here. There's nothing of, and he's a huge donor to the Clinton Foundation, and all of this is just fine. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Abedin says, I love the way that news media does this stuff. Clinton and Abedin sat side by side in the theater, but were careful not to be photographed together. Why would they be careful not to be photographed together while entering or leaving the Belasco Theater? Abedin, outfitted in a $2,750 Michael Kors coat. Isn't she a government employee? When she first met Hillary, she was very impressed.
She walked by and she shook my hand, and our eyes connected. And I just remember having this moment where I thought, wow, this is amazing.
It is amazing.
It just inspired me, and
inspired her.
I still remember the look on her face.
Yes.
And it's funny, and she would probably be so annoyed that I say this, but I remember thinking, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, and she's so little, and people are different on TV, and I thought, wow. And I had such a fangirl moment, and I was hooked. And that sort of was my, that's my first kind of my memory.
Homa and Hillary sitting in a tree.
I'm really not even a human being.
Michael wanted to drop in on really not even a human being. She was in this $2,550 Michael's later seen posing with Tony Goldwyn and Josh Charles. Tony Goldwyn is an actor. His grandfather was the Goldwyn of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Party for the rich and fabulous. They're probably invested in Bollywood movies, or Bollywood is invested in Tony Goldwyn movies, something like that. And also apparently they're invested in the Clintons, because the Clintons show up when oil billionaires snap their fingers. They get on a private jet, they bring their dogs with them, and then they have 12 times. Yeah, I do know. Clinton was not spotted at the play. They went to a play, everybody. God, it's just unbelievable. Or in India with her husband, Bill. Well, look, you got to choose one or the other, all right? You have to pick up one and leave the other behind. She picked up Homa and left Bill behind. There was a private jet ride to India. You had to burn away the hours somehow. Clinton was not spotted to play or in India with her husband, Bill, who she had been with just a few days earlier at the funeral of George H.W. Bush. The two frequently attend the theater together. They're trying to defend their marriage here. This is just sad. It is a sad and tragic time in which we live. Oh, this is remarkable. A Brooklyn Democrat who voted with GOP gets shut out of leadership posts. That's great. This is because they're open-minded and everything. Every Democrat in the state Senate was named to chair a committee or subcommittee after the party took control of the chamber, except Simcha Felder. Felder, a conservative Brooklyn Democrat who caucused with Republicans for years, still hasn't negotiated his return into the Democratic fold and was shut out when Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins doled out committee leadership posts. colleagues on the disbanded GOP-aligned Independent Democratic Caucus did not fare much better. Staten Island Democrat Senator Diane Savino, this was the New York State House, was relegated to chair the subcommittee on the Internet and Technology, and David Carlucci of Westchester was appointed chair of the Mental Health Committee. It's the bottom line of this is in New York. The Democrats dominate the state Senate. And if they have a Democrat, they're not going to give a Republican anything. But they have Democrats that talk to Republicans and work with the Republicans, and they're being punished. We're going to see Nancy Pelosi do that very soon, too. Very soon. Also, there are so many absurd stories. Nate Silver, he crunches numbers for the Democrats, claims that anybody who criticizes Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doing it because of her race and gender. 538 founder and election forecaster Nate Silver claimed that many members of the GOP have disdain for Representative-elect Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, quote, because of her race and gender. The 29-year-old Hispanic woman, isn't she from the Bronx? Oh, wait, she's not from the Bronx. She lied about that, didn't she? If she really even, we should have a DNA test for her, too. A DNA test for her. And Nate Silver, he didn't crunch the numbers, he just offered his opinion. It's there's Republicans, because the segregation on college campuses, they control. There is talk now of Mitt Romney running with Joe Biden for the presidency as a ticket, sure, with his instant name recognition, early bird polls consistently place former Vice President Joseph R. Biden, that's Robinette Biden, as the top Democrat contender for 2020. Now comes a call for Mr. Biden to go rogue, or at least go independent. Biden should run on a unity ticket with Mitt Romney. Juliana Glover writes. Now this is, of course, absurd. But apparently Mitt Romney's saying, hey, that might not be a bad idea because I really am a rhino. And anything for one of those fancy jobs with motorcades, I guess. Don't do it, mister, don't do it. Also, the newly elected Attorney General of the state of New York has declared that she is waging jihad against President Trump and his family and his company. She should be thrown out of office and disbarred. Once again, you give a liberal a symbol full of power and they will immediately abuse it. This is a clear and obvious abuse of power by this criminal that's just been elected by Democrats in New York. And when you declare, I hate this person, so I'm going to use my powerful post as the chief law enforcement officer of the state of New York to target my political enemies, you should be disbarred. And Neil Smith, an old buddy, are you here, Neil? Neil, I miss you, man. I miss you. You're listening to the Chris West Show.
The average smoker tries to quit up to 30 times, and many are looking for an alternative. Juul was designed by smokers, for smokers, to be a satisfying alternative to cigarettes. Juul is a vapor product that contains nicotine for a satisfying transition. If you're one of the 34 million adults who smoke, know that there is an alternative to cigarettes. Make the switch at Juul.com. That's JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit beefy, or even with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Affordable term life insurance is out there. Call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-481-1458. 800-481-1458 or visit BigLou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. More good news on the economy. Unemployment dropped again.
Tax cuts, slashing red tape. The Trump approach is pro-growth and America first. So why is his health secretary trying to let foreign countries like Greece set Medicare drug prices here in the U.S.? The world already gets a free ride on American innovation and medicine. The right answer is more competition, non-imported socialist pricing schemes. Help President Trump to fight for America and a better deal. Visit protectmypartb.org.
Paid for by Americans for Tax Reform.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, please call this toll-free number right now. 800-390-9528. That's 800-390-9528. By calling your addiction team, you're taking the first steps to recovery. The help you need could be one call away. 800-390-9528. Make the free call now.
There's still a chance to get the gift of a Peloton bike. When you order the bike by 12/20, you'll get a free welcome gift. So you'll still have a Peloton under the tree this holiday. See onepeloton.com. That's onepeloton.com.
Listen carefully if you're interested in beautiful skin. I'm plastic surgeon Dr. Arthur Perry. Good skincare really can improve your appearance. I know you've used many products over the years and haven't seen a difference. So you say, why should I try your product, Dr. Perry? Here's why. I combine scientifically proven ingredients into just a few products. And that keeps skincare very simple. A study shows my products reduce the appearance of wrinkles over 20% by 12 weeks. Protect your skin in the morning with daytime, nourish your skin in the evening with nighttime, and wash your face and even remove most makeup with my non-toxic skin-time soap. WABC listeners, for 1 month only, I'm offering my basic skincare kit at half price. So get all 3 products for $55 plus shipping. Go to drperry.com, that's drperrys.com, or give us a call at 844-DR-PERRY. Use the WABC 50 code for the discount. To learn more, listen every Saturday evening, 6 p.m. right here on WABC.
Were you in Lower Manhattan September 11th and have been diagnosed with cancer or a respiratory illness? Attorney Noah Kachlewski has been representing victims of 9/11 toxic exposure for the past 17 years. He and his experienced and dedicated team handle each claim with care and recognize that each client is an individual with unique needs and concerns. They are responsive and accessible. If you were in Lower Manhattan between September 11th, 2001 and May 30th, 2002, and you've been diagnosed with an illness, you may be eligible for compensation from the $7 billion government fund. Noah Kachlewski and his team will work tirelessly to ensure your case is accurate and fair. They care for your future and are here to help. To find out if you're eligible, call 888-246-4799. That's 888-246-4799. On the web, visit 911cancerinfo.com. That's 911cancerinfo.com.
It's time to fall into the health and body of your life with NJ Diet. NJ Diet uses your DNA testing, blood work, hair, saliva, and personalized formulas to build each program for each patient. Patients typically lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. That's right, 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days, where they're contractually obligated to give you money back. No prepackaged food or counting points. NJ Diet is all natural. There are no shots, no hormones, and no surgery. Locations throughout New Jersey, Manhattan, Long Island, Queens, and Brooklyn. Now with a new office in White Plains, New York. Doctor supervision is provided every step of the way. Call today, 855-5-NJ-DIET, or log on to njdiet.com today to learn how you can lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. That's 855-5-NJ-DIET, or log on to njdiet.com.
Listen to the Optimal Health Program with Dr. Christopher Calapan, Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. and Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. We're going to talk about stem cell therapy. That's the Optimal Health Program with Dr. Christopher Calapan.
Well, the Wall Street Journal is reporting this morning that the Boy Scouts of America, which decided to include girls in the Boy Scouts of America, but not boys in the Girl Scouts of America, Boy Scouts of America considers filing for bankruptcy. Looking to, may go, the Democrats fixed it. They fixed the Boy Scouts. And again, this Democrat in New York, Letitia James, was just elected the Attorney General of the state of New York before she's even been sworn in as the chief law enforcement officer. I wonder if she is a friend of Keith Ellison, who beats women, and he's going to be the chief law enforcement officer in Minnesota. Letitia James has ambitious plans to go after Donald Trump for any crimes he may have committed in the Empire State before taking office. She's identified a person, and she has announced that she's going to abuse her post as a corrupt public official to target political enemies and try to imprison them, just as the left does all over the world.
NJDiet.com studio, 77 WABC, New York, a usual station.
84 degrees, light snow. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler with the stories you'll be talking about on 77 WABC. It's a sad day for New York's bravest. Firefighters saying goodbye right now to Faisal Kodo, the 33-year-old firefighter killed in a Brooklyn road rage incident. His funeral underway right now in Brooklyn. Kodo, who was assigned to Engine Company 245 in Coney Island, was found beaten to death on the Dulles Parkway last Sunday following a minor fender bender. Firefighter Joe Romeo.
I want to be like him, and we all want to be like him, and we all just want to come out of this stronger, and we will come out of it stronger as a family.
New York fire officials now say 12 people, including 7 firefighters, were hurt after a 5-alarm fire ripped through a row of stores in Queens early this morning. The initial call at 4502 Queens Boulevard came in about 2:15, with firefighters responding within 4 minutes. But fire officials say a backdraft caused a smoke explosion and building collapse. A dozen people hurt.
We have 7 firefighters that were injured and 5 civilians. Most of the injuries occurred at the height of the collapse. They're all non-life-threatening injuries at this time.
6 buildings destroyed, others damaged. Dozens of people evacuated. No word yet on the cause of the fire, but it looks like it may have started in a ground floor restaurant. Another fire in Queens broke out in an elementary school. PS 160 on Inwood Street in Jamaica. Fortunately, it happened at 6 a.m. None of the kids or teachers were there. No one hurt. Lots of damage to the roof. President Trump reacting now to what his former fixer and personal lawyer had to say yesterday at his sentencing. The president says he never directed Michael Cohen to break the law. Trump tweeted that Cohen pleaded guilty in order to embarrass the president and get a much-reduced prison sentence. He's going away for 3 years for paying hush money to 2 women during the 2016 presidential campaign, including porn star Stormy Daniels, who claimed they had affairs with Trump. Nancy Pelosi is agreeing to oppose